Hello, wonderful learners, and welcome back to the English Story Nook. We are so happy to have you here with us today. Today, we're diving into a story about the confusing world of online communication. Get ready to discover what happens when a friendly chat takes a mysterious turn, and learn about the importance of trusting your own feelings, even when things are unclear. Before we dive in, if you enjoy our stories and want to support what we do, please give this video a like, subscribe to the channel, and consider buying us a coffee. There's a link in the description below. Every like, subscription, and small contribution helps us keep creating great content for English learners like you. Let's get started. Typing. For 3 days. Yasmin Kazemi smiled at her phone. For 2 months, her online conversations with Sijan Shokri had been the best part of her day. He was charming, funny, and seemed to understand her perfectly. They had met through a language exchange app and quickly started chatting every day. But on Tuesday morning, something strange happened. Below Sijan's name in their chat window, the 3 little dots appeared with the words, "Sijan is typing." Yasmin waited for the message, but nothing came. An hour passed, then 2. The dots continued to dance, promising a message that never arrived. It was deeply unsettling. By Wednesday, the typing indicator was still there. It had been active for more than 24 hours. Yasmin's own messages to him, "Hey, is everything okay?" and "Did you want to send something?" remained unread. She called him, but the call went straight to his voicemail. She spoke to her friend, Hiba George, about it. "It's just a technical problem, Yasmin," Hiba said. "My app does weird things all the time. You're worrying too much." But Yasmin couldn't shake the feeling that this was more than a glitch. The silence from Sijan was becoming relentless, a constant, quiet pressure in her mind. On Thursday afternoon, after 3 full days of the dancing dots, they suddenly vanished. A single message from Sijan appeared. "Sorry, been busy. We need to talk." The message was cold and vague. It explained nothing. All her anxiety from the past 3 days turned into a knot in her stomach. This wasn't a glitch. Something was definitely wrong. When they finally spoke on the phone that evening, Sijan's tone was distant. Yasmin asked him about the typing stone indicator. "What are you talking about?" he asked, his voice flat. "My phone was off. I was on a work trip." When she insisted she saw it for 3 days, he laughed. But it wasn't a friendly sound. "You're imagining things, Yasmin. You're being too sensitive." This was the beginning of his gaslighting, making her question what she had seen with her own eyes. He was trying to make her feel like the problem was her, not his strange behavior. The next few days were a confusing mix of emotions. Sijan would send her a sweet message, then ignore her for hours. His behavior was unpredictable. One afternoon, feeling hurt and confused, Yasmin looked at his other social media profiles. She saw he had posted photos from a party just the day before. He was smiling with friends, clearly not on a work trip with his phone off. The feeling of being lied to was awful. The psychological pressure was relentless. She felt like she was constantly on edge, waiting for the next confusing message or silence. He was starting to isolate her, making her feel like she was the only one who didn't understand what was happening. A few days later, Hiba called. Her voice was full of concern. "Yasmin, I spoke to Sijan," she said carefully. He told me you were sending him dozens of messages every hour and that he's worried about you. Yasmin's heart went cold. She opened her chat with Sijan. She had sent only 3 messages over the entire week. He was actively lying to her best friend, painting her as unstable. His attempt to isolate her was working. The gaslighting was now impossible to deny. He wasn't just being confusing, he was being cruel. His comments were no longer just vague excuses. They were calculated lies designed to control the situation. For a moment, Yasmin felt completely lost. Had she gone crazy? Was she the obsessive person Sijan described? The relentless manipulation had made her doubt her own mind. She sat in her quiet apartment, feeling more alone than ever. She had to make a choice. Believe the reality Sijan was creating, or trust herself. Then, a spark of anger cut through her confusion. She was not crazy. She was being manipulated. With shaking hands, she took screenshots of her chat history with Sijan, proof of the actual number of messages she had sent. She sent them to Hiba with a simple text, "This is what he is doing." Then, she opened her chat with Sijan one last time. Her fingers flew across the screen, typing a final, clear message. "I know what you are doing. This is a form of gaslighting, and it's emotional abuse. Don't contact me again." She didn't wait for a reply. She blocked his number, his social media profiles, and his account on the language app. She deleted everything. A minute later, her phone rang. It was Hiba. "Oh, Yasmin, I am so sorry," she said, her voice full of regret. "I believe you. I should have trusted you." Hearing her friend's voice, clear and supportive, was like coming up for air after being underwater. The unsettling feeling that had followed her for a week finally began to disappear. The experience had been painful, but it taught her a valuable lesson about trusting her own perception. She had refused to let someone isolate her and control her reality. As she deleted Sijan's contact from her phone, she felt a powerful sense of freedom. The 3 dancing dots were gone for good. That's the end of our story for today. It's a powerful reminder about the importance of trusting our feelings in any relationship. What is one lesson you learned from Yasmin's experience? Share your thoughts in the comments below. And remember to check out the helpful learning materials for this story, which you can find in the description box. Thank you for joining us at the English Story Nook. Keep up the fantastic work with your English learning, and we can't wait to see you in the next video. Goodbye for now.